Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away."
We're given such a wonderful vision of what a new heaven and a new earth will be like in the scriptures. Sometimes it can lead Christians to become a bit detached from this world. But we need to recognize that because we know that God will fulfill his promise to us, because we are kingdom citizens of that new heaven and earth, that we live that out in the here and now. We bring that hope, we bring that fulfillment, we bring that promise to our lives as we live them in this world today.
And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose.
A lot of people, when you say that verse, they hear only good things will happen to those who love God. And it doesn't say that. In fact, in the rest of that chapter, Paul spells out some of the things in his life, which include prison and beatings and rejection and hairbreadth escapes from danger. What that verse says is no matter what happens to you, God can work good out of it. In fact, can work good in you through this thing. The reason we have that confidence, as Paul explains in that chapter, is because of the resurrection of Jesus. Here, the worst thing that could possibly happen in human history turned out to be the best. It turned out to be the salvation of the world. And that's the promise that we have. No matter what happens, what evil, what suffering, no matter what happens in this world, somehow it doesn't separate us from the love of God, Paul says. But somehow God could even take that thing and make good out of it in you and in the world. The resurrection is the strong promise we have that that can happen.
You will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria and to the ends of the earth. After he said this, he was taken up before their very eyes, and a cloud hid him from their sight.
They're standing there on a hilltop, and Jesus talks to them, and he tells them, your job is to go and spread this word all over the world. Judea, Samaria, the outermost parts of the earth. And then he just disappears. He lifts up in the air, the ascension. And they're standing there with their mouths open. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? And they had just said, now are you going to restore the kingdom to Israel? See, even now they've missed the message. They think Jesus is going to do the power Messiah thing. He says, no, it's up to you now. And he disappears. The angels come and the angel comes and says to them, why are you gazing in the sky? What are you looking for? Well, in a sense, we're all gazing. We're all wondering, when is Jesus coming back? Because we do have the promise that Jesus is going to come back the next time in power and glory. We have a time before that dramatic second coming. We have a time when it's really up to us to show the world what God's love is like, what God's grace is like, what God's justice is like. And then the next chapter is up to him.
And so we're sent out into this world as Christ's ambassadors of reconciliation, to bring reconciliation between friends, within families, within communities and between communities. We're his kingdom agents to bring transformation that might not change the whole world in one go, but it changes the world around us.